I make my 2 YouTube videos for the next couple weeks, and you get to see like the behind the scenes. All right. All right, Jake, move over just a little bit. Scoot up. Scoot up. Oh, having a dog that thinks he's a child. Okay. Making sure I'm right in the center. All right. If you're thinking about selling your property or your house, if you're thinking about selling your home in 2025, but wondering, should I wait to sell it in the spring or the summer? Which is going to be able to bring me the most amount of money? Let's say that again. That was okay. Oh, I got to put this on. Crap. Let's turn that off. Let's put this on. Okay. Let's try this again now. Hello, hello. Okay. If you are thinking about selling your home in 2025, but wondering if you should sell in the summer or in the spring, because one could potentially put more money in your pocket and one could bring a lot of stress and you be with a lot of competition. So let's break it down today. Hands down, spring is the most popular time to actually list your home for sale. Buyers are active, homes sell fast, and buyers are active, homes actually sell faster and higher. But why? Why is it higher in the spring versus the summer? One, because families typically want to move before the summer vacations or just, juggling kids being out of school. Plus, homes look better in the spring. I mean, the grass is green. You have those blooming flowers. Curb appeal is like what's really getting people out. And so many families, once again, want to be already placed in that house before the next year comes. But don't get me wrong, summer still has a very strong, heavy buyer attraction. So you could still sell for a great amount of money in the summertime. However, this is also when a lot of people will put their homes on the market because they are out of school. So they feel like they can put a little bit more hand on top. Screwed up. Let's say that again. Let's see. Now, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Now, don't get me wrong. You can totally sell in the summertime, and there's still a huge and strong buyer attraction and buyer activities. However, usually mid-summer is when people are on vacation. You'll see a little bit more competition. And so this typically can lead to a little bit of stress, especially if you need to sell and move to a new location for your children to be in that next school district or that different school district before school starts. If you put your house on the market on the summer and the price is too high, you will see it sit longer than you will in the spring. The spring, it has a little bit more time to set because people aren't on vacation just yet. So people are looking, but not looking. I'm sure you've been one of those buyers or sellers before. Okay, Kira, so what's the best move? Is it, selling in the summer, selling in the spring? I'm going to tell you this. You're going to be able to get top dollar if you sell in the spring. So the time is now. We're in spring. I have about 8 listings coming to the market, and this is the time to do it. So if you want to know what your home is worth, please comment below, strategy session, or just click on the link in my description where it tells you your home value, and I'll be able to send you over your home value, to know where you are so that you'll know how much equity you can get to move to the next home. And I also want to give this disclaimer. Summer is still a great time to sell. You have a little flexibility, but the only thing I would tell you when it comes to the summertime when selling is price your home right. Do not go into the market thinking that you're testing out the market. This is not the market to test out, all right? Price right and your home will sell. There's only 2 reasons why homes don't sell. It's condition or price, or both. Always remember that. Once again, if you're thinking about selling in 2025, I'd be more than happy to come over and give you an assessment of what your house is worth and tell you all the things and create a tailor-made plan just for you. So just as the link below with the home evaluation where you can type in your address and get that home evaluation, there's also a link below that is connected to my calendar where I can help you get into a strategy session so we can truly get that tailored plan just for you. But timing isn't everything, let me tell you that too. Okay. I know today we talked about if summer or spring was the best time to sell. However, timing isn't everything. You also want to make sure that your home is looking, smelling, and feeling good before it actually hits the market. And you don't want to have these 5 red flags because you will have buyers running away from your home. Next week, we'll talk about the top 5 things that makes buyers run away from your home versus saying, this is the house for me. And we'll also talk about how you can fix those things before you actually go onto the market. I'll see you until next time. Peace. No. Let me say that all again. Now that we've talked about is summer or spring the best time to actually sell your home in 2025, let's also talk about how timing isn't everything. You know, there is a thing of getting the house to feel, smell, and look right before buyers come into those homes, because you don't want to do these top 5 things that will make, no. But every time you need your home is to be in top shape before you list, because nothing scares a buyer way faster than a home. Okay. Even though today we have talked about is spring or summer the best time to sell, timing isn't everything. And you want to make sure that your home is in tip-top shape before you actually list it, because you will be surprised. Nothing scares a buyer away faster than these top 5 red flags. And next week we'll be talking about the 5 red flags, or the 5 things that make buyers go running away from your home. And don't get me wrong, we'll talk about how you can fix them before you actually list your home. I'll see you until next time. I'll see you next time. Peace. I don't know if that sounded good. We'll see. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay. on to the next video. All right. You always want to make sure you have a mic. I like have this little mic. This is what I use for my YouTube videos. And then I have another mic for like interviews, which I need to get down. Crap. Let me see what this one looks like. Yeah. Then I have these mics for like interviews, because I plan on doing some interviews once I, oh no. I wonder where the other one is. Because that's not the phone I need to do these types of interviews on. So yeah, mics are very important anytime you want to do video, because sound matters just like the visual matters. Also, the format of how I do these videos is I always will take a couple of pictures for thumbnails, and then I will then record the video all in one take and then chop it up. That's always the easiest route to go. You always want to clean off your camera. I'm excellent today. How are you? Just clean off my camera there. But yeah, you always want your camera to be nice and clean. Okay. Okay. You finally listed your home, but instead of offers, buyers are walking away. Why? You finally have listed your home, and instead of offers, buyers are actually walking away. Why? Why are they walking away? Because of these top 5 things. Because of these top 5 things that make, because of these top 5 deal breakers that send them running. Because of these 5 deal breakers that send them running. let's make sure that your home doesn't scare off buyers. Red flag number one, or I like to say, red flag on the play. I have something red on my desk. Red flag on the play, red flag on the play. Okay, let's see. The first red flag on the red flag number one is bad smell. So the first thing that a buyer notices when they walk into your home is either pet odors, cigarettes, musty smells. So honestly, getting a purifier or those machines that suck up all that smoke, you want to make sure that when someone walks into the home, the first thing that they smell is pleasant, because when you're walking into a new environment, you are really sensitive to your top 5 senses, which is smell, taste, touch, feel, and see. And so you want to make sure that what they see and what they smell is on point. But also remember, neutral smells are gonna win, because you also don't want to overwhelm them. And neutral smells are going to win people over because it's not going to be too perfumey where it can make people have bad allergies. It's going to be neutral, and it can make a huge difference. Red flag number 2, you guys might not like this one, but it's the truth. It is outdated kitchens and bathrooms. So many people don't realize that the biggest return on investment is truly updating the kitchen and bathrooms. Now, I'm not saying go out and do a full remodel, because you might not get the full return on your investment for where your house is, location, and there's a lot of variables that go into it. So what you really want to focus on is having old appliances, cabinets that look very worn, just things that don't look like you have really put in a lot of effort into putting your home on the market. You know, fresh paint can go a long way. And paint is actually one of the cheapest things that you can do to give your home a facelift, like instantly. New hardware, which is super easy. You can get that off of Amazon. They're very affordable. And then modern fixtures. So I will say don't go overboard on the modern fixtures, because you also want it to be uniform. You don't want like 3 new fixtures here and then like the rest are like, I call them, you're gonna laugh, the nipple, they're the nipple lights, where it looks like it's a nipple, but it's like a light that is on the wall and it has a little circle thing. You get what I'm saying. So if you're gonna do some modern fixtures, just make sure you do modern fixtures throughout the entire home and not just in one area. Red flag number 3 is foundation and roof issues. As you have, oh, let me see. I see someone. 1 second. Really, your content is awesome and your videos are not getting much organic. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, let me go back to what I needed to focus on. Okay, so red flag number 3 is foundation and roof issues. Buyers do not want to deal with major repairs. You have to realize that typically when a buyer is purchasing a property, it depends on where you are. I work with a lot of move up buyers. So it's a starter home that needs to be sold and then they're moving into a nicer, either new construction or pre-owned home. But no one wants to deal with foundation or roof issues. Typically roof issues have to be fixed before the home is sold because of just compliant reasons. I mean, lenders won't, give the buyer the loan unless the roof is where it needs to be. And then foundation, no one's gonna wanna buy a home that they feel like they might fall through. So if your home has foundation issues, which there's like cracks throughout your homes, and then your roof is, its lifespan is lifespanning, you're gonna get lowball offers. So price accordingly. I would say, I say this often, which which leaders are repeaters. Your home doesn't sell for 2 reasons: condition and price. So if the condition of your home doesn't match the price, you're gonna get low ball offers. But if the price matches the condition, you're gonna get offers and you're gonna be realistic with what's supposed to come in. And another way to get ahead of this is to get an inspection before you even go onto the market, so you know everything that will come up when it comes to when they. For my sellers who like to get ahead, get a pre-inspection. That way that you know everything that a buyer is typically gonna see. Now, I will say this: if you do a pre-inspection, you do have to disclose that to the buyer, so just be mindful of that. And wait a minute, if you're thinking about selling and you're ready to get your home ready, but you don't know where to start, schedule a strategy session so I can come by, tell you what your home is worth, and things that you should do that can help you sell your home and sell it quick. You can schedule that strategy session in, let's start over. Also, guys, thinking about selling, let's make your home buyer ready. So if you're someone who's kind of like, I don't know what to do, I need a good strategy, a good plan to get this home sold, schedule a strategy session so I can help you from where you are to where you want to be. Let's get back to it. Red flag number 4 is clutter. When someone who's walking into a home, you want it to feel like it's a model home. You want to feel like there's nothing personalized. They can see themselves in the home, living there, having this grand life that they aspire to have. So having too much furniture, family photos, and things to that extent, I will say, as your agent, I will ask you to depersonalize and declutter. Also, a bold decorations, no, or bold decor, okay. And also be mindful of bold decor. It can help, it can make it hard, okay. Also, beware of bold decor because it can truly make the buyers disconnect if that is not necessarily what they see for the home. the best thing to do is just have neutrals. Have neutral colors, paint the walls all the same color if you can, so that it looks very clean and fresh, so someone can see what they can come into that house and make it to be. Last and final red flag. And I'm sure all of you guys know what this one is. Yes. Drum roll, please. Yes. Overpricing. Do not overprice your home. Once again, the only reason why homes don't sell is for two reasons. It's overpriced or the condition. You got to figure out what you want to do. Oh, let's start over. Let's see. Red flag number 5, which I believe all of you guys know this by now. I see it over and over and over again. It is overpricing, guys. Do not overprice your home. There's only 2 reasons why homes don't sell. Once again, it is price and it is condition. Overpricing your home can make your home sit for months, and I mean months. And when your home sits for months, automatically a buyer coming into the home is going to believe that you, not even you, your home has issues, and it could possibly be immaculate. Pricing your home right from the very beginning is key. It's the key to be able to get the most money that you would like to net. Also, I even have some clients who like to honestly price it a little underneath the market price to drive as much traffic to get a bidding war on the home. That's another way to really boost up your home price that you'll potentially take when offers roll in. Now that you have your home sold and ready to go, you have your money, and now that your home is ready to sell, excuse me. Now that your home is ready to sell, let's talk about what your equity, aka your money that you will receive, will help buy. Now that your home is ready to sell, let's talk about what your money can actually buy in 2025. Okay. Now that your home is ready to sell, let's talk about what your money can buy in 2025. What's the difference between $500,000 in Dallas, Texas? No. What does $500,000 get you in Dallas versus $500,000 get you in Fort Worth? Next week, we will be talking about the surprising differences that you can get with your money. Let's start over. Okay. Now that your home is ready to sell, what will your money get you in 2025? Nope. Let's talk about what your money can actually buy in 2025. Okay. Now that your home is ready to sell, Now let's talk about what your money can actually buy in 2025. What is the difference between a $500,000 in... Okay, let's start. We need to add some bloopers at the end so it can be fun. Now that your home is ready to sell, let's talk about what your money can actually buy in 2025. What does $500,000 get you in Dallas versus Fort Worth? And you'll be surprised of the differences. Next week, we will talk about just that, comparing the two. I'll see you then. Cool. That's it, baby. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.